yesterday, right? So I was minding my own business, okay, right? That's how I started off, minding my own business. And um it's crazy because she said she literally seen me drive past the parking lot, and then the courthouse is right there on the corner. And I parked in the parking structure. She parked in the parking lot she talking about. She couldn't figure out why I didn't park there because it was $5 and it was easy. And I started to go park there, and it's crazy because I didn't even see her in the parking lot. And I looked over like, oh, and it's like $5. Oh, okay. And I was like, I'm gonna go park in this parking structure and shit like that, whatnot. You feel me? Plus, I wasn't like on some trustworthy ass shit, anyways, though. You feel me? And it's crazy too because she kept sneaking up on me. Like she said, she was sitting in the parking lot, seeing me drive past or whatnot. I looked to the right, seen the parking lot. Damn, I should park there and shit. But I didn't. And I kept going. I seen the parking structure that was connected to the courthouse, whatchamacallit, building and shit. So I was like, I'll just pay for that, park up in there and shit. At least I know it'd be like my car be like more protected and there's cameras up in there and shit like that. You feel me? That's how my mind was thinking. Like you already had your cousin try to pull up on me, try to fight me, and pull out a gun on me and shit like that. Like, nah, I'm good. Y'all might do something to my fucking car. You feel me? So that's how I was thinking and shit. You feel me? Um, here, about to say Saturday. Okay, Sunday night, right? I didn't go to Kentucky. I stayed in Cincinnati, Ohio, because it's borderline. This is right there. Just cross over a bridge and you in Kentucky and shit. So I stayed there, right? And like I guess she said she was going to her mom's, right? To go smoke some weed. And she seen me driving. That shit crazy. She said she seen me driving on the other street though. That's the crazy thing. She's going like this and I was going like that. And she seen me. So she was like, what the hell? She said, is that her? Is that Frankie right there? Like that's Janae, right? So she said she went around the corner and she said, she was like, kid you not. She was like, we're going like this. We're both going like this. You're on that street and I'm on this street over here. And we're both going up the street like this. She said, every red light you got, I got. Every stop sign you got, we both stopped at the same time. And it's crazy. I did not see none of that shit. And I'm thinking I'm paying attention. I'm aware and shit like this. It's crazy because when I left Detroit, I was drunk as fuck, right? I drove 4 hours drunk as fuck from Detroit to fucking Kentucky and shit. Drunk as fuck. So mind you of that and shit. And then my fucking signal was not working. It was, kept cutting out, kept saying reconnecting and shit for some reason. Like I don't need a GPS to get to fucking Kentucky. Clearly I could drive that bitch drunk. All right. So I mean when the police were serving me, they made me leave her shit and I was intoxicated. I was drunk as fuck. I drank a whole fucking not a fifth, I drank a pint of fucking Douce to myself. You know, that like quick as hell, like bow, bow, bow. You feel me? Like I was drunk as fuck and they made me leave. They weren't even supposed to make me fucking leave. You feel me? Like you're not supposed to drive off intoxicated and shit like that. You're not supposed to do it. So mind you of that. And I drove all the way back to Detroit that night from Kentucky and shit fucked up like that. You feel me? So it was like, I don't need a GPS really to get to Kentucky or whatnot. I don't need a GPS to find my way fucking home. I can tell you that. You feel me? So I'm driving drunk. So when I get there to Cincinnati or whatnot, I'm like, dog, my fucking Wi-Fi still not, it's not working. Cause I ended up turning it on because I was like, how many miles am I like how many hours I got left or minutes I got left to get to this place. Like, goddamn, I'm tired. You feel me? Like, you're ready to pull the fuck in and go lay down somewhere and shit. So I'm trying to turn my GPS on. And it said I had like an hour and 45 minutes of shit, but the shit just kept saying reconnecting, reconnecting, reconnecting. So I'm like, whatever. So I pulls over when she sees me and we're driving down the street like this and shit together. We just on two separate streets and shit. I literally pulled over. She said she get to this one stop sign. She said she didn't see me anymore. So she was like, "Oh hell no!" So she said she came around the corner, went up the side street. She said she seen me. Then she said she had came back around. She said she was at the light or something like that. She seen me. I was just sitting there and shit. She said she literally pulled up behind me. This is crazy. She said she literally pulled up behind me, and I asked her, "Did she see valet come out?" Because I was pulled over next to this hotel. It's called wow, it's something. It started with R. Um, it's not like Renaissance Center. It's like Renaissance. It's like Renaissance. It's something. All right. So she said that's where she pulled up behind me. All right. Okay. But she didn't see valet come out. So I was like, oh, okay. So this still must have been in the mix of her coming around or whatnot to CC. You feel me? Pull up behind me and shit. But valet had already came out and he had went back in by the time she pulled up and shit. So I get my internet working and shit. So I pulled off. Nah, she didn't tell me if she pulled off right behind me or not after I pulled off and shit. But she was like, "You went up Vine. You went up." She was like, "I was right behind you on Fourth." I was like, "This is crazy." And she said, "You went up Vine. This and that street. Whoop. And then she said you cut over and came around." She said she literally came around too. And she seen me when I parked and I pulled over. She said she parked some cars down behind me and shit. She said she was just sitting there. She's like, "What the fuck is she about to do? Now, what the fuck is she doing here in downtown Cincinnati? What the fuck is she about to do? You feel me? What she about to go see? Where you about to go and shit?" So she said she literally sat behind me for some minutes and shit. Cars down though. Then she said she drove past me. I did not see her. I'm in my phone. I'm trying to pay for parking. I'm trying to download that. Like I said, my internet was acting dumb. And it's crazy because I got the internet box in the car here. So it's like, why the fuck is it acting like this and shit? So I'm trying to pay for some parking and shit. So I can go park my car and go to this apartment and shit. All right. So I got my head down. Like I said, I'm drunk. Not even paying attention. I mean, I'm paying attention, but I guess not like that. You feel me? Until this is when I peep her, right? Until I had just so happened to look up, like, all right. So I was about to, and then I was like, damn, should I just keep my car here? And I'm looking at the signs and shit. So I'm bagged up, made my car a little straighter or whatnot. She said that's when she pulled out for the third time. I'm like, the third time? But I seen her. Like, she said she thought I was about to go somewhere. That's why she had pulled off and she zoomed past me and shit. I seen the car, right? Silver. And I seen the lights, but I said, wait, what? I said, I know that ain't who I think. And my car was already started, so I just pulled out the parking spot and flew down the street behind her and shit. She already bent that corner. I said, oh yeah, that's Shirley. Driving like that and shit. That's her. So I police all right then acting them. Bow. She at the light and shit. So I pulls up next to her and shit. I rolled my window down. She rolled the window down. And so I was like, why you ain't taking my calls? Right? I ain't even say nothing about her like driving past. I'm looking like I knew she knew this me. She rode past. She did that shit on purpose. I knew she knew it was me. So I ain't even say nothing. Why you ain't taking my calls? Right? So the light turned green. I seen traffic come behind me. I was like, hey, pull over down this street right here and shit. Pull over and shit, right? So she comes out in front of me. She pulls around. I toot the horn because like you're going too far now. But so she already shoots over and pull the fuck over and shit. So I get out. I pull out, get out the car, put behind her and shit. I go to her window and shit. We talking. She talking about cat got her tongue and shit. She had just got her hair. We twisted and whatnot. So I'm sticking my head all in the window. I mean, if she wanted to, she really could have rolled my shit up in the window and took the fuck off. She really could. That shit happened to me before my ex-wife did that. But I'm talking. So I'm like, so what you gonna go in this courtroom and tell these white people? You gonna go tell some more lies on me and shit like that? She talking about no. I said, what you gonna tell them? She was like, I don't know. I was like, I just walked away and shit. Got back in my car and shit. Went back around the corner to the fucking apartment and shit. Not her apartment. Not her apartment. Somebody else's apartment. Okay. So I go back around there and shit. I park in my same little parking space, and I just sit there because I was like, "Is how long she gonna play this game? But going around in a circle, driving past my car and shit." So what you trying to do? Like, you know what? I don't even want to leave my car on the street. Like, nope. So I pulls it around to the parking structure and shit, to the parking lot and shit and whatnot. I mean, I sat there for a little bit because I'm thinking like she gonna ride past again and shit like that. But I ain't seen no more. I thought I had did, but she said it wasn't her. She said after I rolled down on her and shit, after I finally spotted her and rolled down on her and shit, she said she had just ended up going home and shit. That's what she said yesterday. Okay, now Sunday night is over with, right? So I wake up. I wake up kind of a little late yesterday morning, Monday morning, right? I went to go DoorDash. So I started DoorDashing and shit. It was like 6 o'clock and shit. You feel me? So I started DoorDashing and shit. And then I see the time getting closer and shit. So I went and started getting ready for court and shit. I changed my clothes. Oh, okay. So I changed my clothes in the car and shit. And then went to the courthouse. She was already there apparently. She was just in the car. She didn't go in. Okay, so look, this the funny part. So I go in. I park my car in the parking structure and shit, like I said, or whatnot. So I go in and shit, and they little security, but I take all my keys and the phone, put it in the basket, boom. And I go around. I find where I'm supposed to be at first. I had to use the bathroom, but I'm like, let me go find where I'm supposed to be at first and see how they doing shit here, cause I don't know. This different. This ain't Detroit. You feel me? So let me see. I don't want them to say I ain't show up. I did show up. Don't put a warrant out for my arrest. You feel me? So I go, I see, I'm like, all right. So they was like, yeah, they're gonna be calling names, we'll do this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to the bathroom. Now I come out the bathroom. Guess who's standing right there looking around like, and I was like, oh, this. And we're not supposed to be around each other. We're not supposed to be talking. It's just a temporary restraining order. So I'm looking like, oh man, I'm like, damn, dog. So it's like I'm walking and shit. She takes off walking and shit. I'm like, okay, so I seen her hit the button for the elevator, and I wanted to say something like, "It ain't upstairs," but the elevator opened and she moved so fast she didn't even see me and shit. So I looked at her, I'm like, and I'm thinking she didn't even see me. She get right on the elevator, push a button, and go up. I was like, maybe this guy. All right, maybe this guy. All right. So I go back. I sit the fuck down. I don't know where I'm supposed to be at, right? I sit the fuck down and shit, right? So I'm sitting there. I got my coat in my lap. I'm like, And you know how motherfuckers be acting dumb and shit, especially white folks with black motherfuckers and shit, right? So I'm like, her ass gonna go upstairs and they gonna be like, we don't know what you're talking about, Mel. We don't have that on our docket. Whoop de whoop. I don't know. Maybe you're at the wrong place, right? Man, sure enough, man, this motherfucking lady comes out, right? She said, Shirley Barksdale. And I hear, she said, right here. I was like, oh, oh my goodness. She done found where she's supposed to be at. Oh my God. This is crazy. Are you serious? She finally took her right in the room. And I'm sitting right there. Still ain't see me at all, period. Still ain't see me. So they go in the room and shit, right? They talking. I'm just looking at the door like, I'm thinking she ain't that bitch. Tell it, right? Yeah, she been calling me. She been texting me. Yeah, she threatened me. All this shit. I know extra shit because you know how females doing shit, especially the ones that be like, woe is me. And please feel sorry for me and be on my side, okay? So I'm looking like, I'm about to go to jail, bro. And I left all my people back to Detroit. I just left them all. Everybody that wanted to come, I just left them like, I'm about to go to jail. They're going to try to take my car to jail. My car didn't even do nothing. So I'm like, man, I didn't even do nothing. You feel me? So I'm like, she ain't that bitch. Snitching. Boy, she come out the room. I'm like, I look out the corner of my eye and shit over there like, she walks right past me. Didn't even see me. Didn't even see me sitting right there. Right, so I'm like, man. Then you got this chick next to me. She just barking like a fucking dog. Just kept coughing, kept coughing. I'm like, ooh. And I think that's when Shirley fucking noticed that I was sitting right there or whatnot. Because everybody looking like, who the fuck? barking like this. Like, damn, girl, you sick as fuck. Like, you sick. What the fuck is you sick with? You feel me? Barking, coughing. And then her friend that was with her, this bitch sniffling and shit. I'm like, where the fuck y'all niggas stay at? Like, what the fuck? Ugh, why'd you come up in here like that? So they called homegirl, right? Girl started coughing. At this point, I put my coat over me and shit. Like, it's cold. It got cold. It was cold as fuck in that bitch. I don't know why I had my coat. I was hot at first. And then, nigga, I was like, I'm about to go to sleep because they seemed like they caught everybody and called us last. Like, what the fuck? So I'm about to take a nap. They called the lady next to me. This bitch, she get up, go in the courtroom. This bitch started coughing. I'm like, ugh. I stood up. Shirley was like, that's when she noticed me and shit, right? She said she was on the phone with her cousin Courtney and shit. She's talking about she was down there making all kinds of jokes and shit like that or whatnot about the bitch coughing and shit. She was like, you ain't hear me? I'm like, hell no, I ain't hear nothing. I ain't hear her at all speaking, talking to nobody. I didn't even know she was on the fucking phone. So I go sit in the spot where the lady had just got up at and shit like that to get away from these sick ass bitches sitting next to me and shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I put my coat back over me and shit like that or whatnot. And then they caught this one case, right? Man, this girl went up in there. Dude went up in there. He had his daddy with him. Man, that nigga, all I know is that nigga came out crying tears. Little white boy. Crying tears and shit. Like, I'm looking at it. I felt so bad for dog. God damn, I almost petted that nigga, comfort that nigga, pet him on the fucking back like, it's gonna be alright, dog. Like, damn, nigga. And he looked like he did it, whatever it is. But you know, you can't judge a book by its cover. Though. Just because he looked like he may have been doing something to her, threatening her, or whatever the case may be, or why they was up in the courtroom yesterday or whatnot. You just never know. You can't judge a book by its cover. She could have went up in that bitch lying like a motherfucker on him. Shit, you feel me? But he looked like he fits the shit that she say. So it the judge went with it and shit. Like, damn. I'm like, damn. I hope I don't come out crying like that. They come out that motherfucker crying just like him. Shit, that nigga kicked the door open. I was like, damn. I was like, and you know it's something when the bailiff had to come from out where we was sitting to go in the courtroom to like keep the peace. They already had two of them in there and shit. They had to call the one from out there in the hallway and shit. Like, damn, all right. And then he had to escort her to her car and shit. So I was like, damn, this shit is serious. Like, damn, man, I feel bad. Everybody was looking at him like, I feel bad for the dude though. And they called somebody. They called this coffin bitch and shit. She going there. I'm like, damn. I hope they lights all that motherfucking fucking courtroom down before they call us up in this bitch and shit. So dog, they say Hassan and Barksdale. Jump right up. Whoop. It was like when I first went in the other day. He was like, you go to the right. I was like, all right. So it was the lady in there, a lady sheriff in there. She was like, you can have a seat. I was like, thank you. Sit down. Male judge, right? Male judge, and then the lady that took Shirley into the room and shit. She came around, sat down in front of me at the table and shit, and then Shirley sat at the other table or whatnot. So of course they asked her what's going on. I always had to say her name. She said her name or whatnot just for the court, for the records and shit. All right, cool, got that out the way. So they asked her first what's going on, what you want to do, and so I'm in that bitch. I'm tired first of all, so I'm in that bitch sitting like these. I got my arms on the table like this and shit. You feel me? Like I'm looking straight at the judge. I'm just looking. I ain't look her way. None of that shit. I ain't look nobody else way. It was a TV that the judge. I guess it was for Zoom and shit. Which they said about they didn't have Zoom, but it was a TV. I glanced at the TV a little bit. Then I looked back at him and whatnot. And she said, I heard her whisper. She said, "Well, I want to drop the PPO." I was like, still looking at the judge though, just straight looking at the judge. My eyebrows went up like, Hey, look. Then they asked the lady that took her in the room. She said, the judge asked her, was that all right? She said, I don't contest you, blah, 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 all this other court talk shit. So he was like, okay, cool. Then he was like, well, Miss Hassan, he was like, do you have a right? I said, no, not at all. And so he was like, well, he was like, you put it out. He's like, you got the right to take it back or whatnot. Drop it if you don't want it. He was like, okay, that's cool. He was like, we don't have a problem with that. All right, bet, cool. I was shocked. I really was. I was shocked. I literally thought this girl was about to go up in this courtroom and boy, I'm telling you, I was ready for war. No lie. I was ready. When I say I was ready, I was ready. Besides, I was ready to go to war in the courtroom, right? Let alone outside the courtroom, okay? Because I was ready, both inside and outside. I was ready to go to war. Like, this is what you want to do? we, we is about to go to war then, baby. We is about to go. You don't love me? What? We're ready to go to war. Ready. What happened? This junk swole. Shit out of me. It's the day I got served. With them papers. If I was gonna kill you right, I would have never told you to put the seatbelt on. Right. I feel like putting the seatbelt on would leave me like, what is you talking about? I was gonna play this for the judge. Like, how she afraid of me, and I was in her car and I picked her up from work. What that say? Amazon Fulfillment Center, right? Y'all can see it. Oh, you got your shirt. Right. That's her job. I was picking her up. December 16th. That's when I got fucking served. Where's them goddamn whole ass papers at? That's the day I got goddamn served. Because I was burning up. I know you. Your hands are cold as hell. Look at this. Get them icebergs off of me. That's it. Hold on. You forgot your head. What that say? She went and filed that. Why? Why am I picking you up for work? No. So, and the police was called. We have to have 2 20-minute. I think on the 14th, right? 30-minute. They made her leave her apartment. They told her to go to her sister's. She came back that night. Right. So if you were such afraid of me, why did you come back that night? They only make it make sense. You had somewhere safe to stay. What? You feel me? At your sister's, right? This is how they sleep. Let's make it make sense. You cannot make it make sense because she's lying. She's lying. Talking about eating on her. Her life was in danger. And a whole bunch of other stupid ass shit. Talking about I damaged her car. Then I damaged her sister's car. If I damaged your sister's car, right? We're going to start there. If I damaged your sister's car, how come your sister never called the police on me then? Where's the police report at? For me damaging, going to your sister's house, damaging your sister's car. Where's the police report at? If I damaged your car, where's the police report? Because there's no way in the world you're going to sit there and you're going to damage my fucking car and it's not going to be a police report. Because after I'm done filing this police report, I'm gonna come find you and I'm gonna fuck you up for fucking up my car. But there's gonna be a police report, I guarantee it. Don't fuck with my car, don't come to my house. Don't fuck up shit. Okay. There's no police report. I've been putting my hands on you all this time, right? That's what she's saying, right? I was beating on her and shit like that, right? There's no police report from her against me saying that I was beating on her. None. There's no police report from her against me at all, period, no matter what the case is. You feel me? No stalking, no harassment, no none of that shit, no threatening, no none of that shit. But now all of a sudden, when I called the police, not even on her, I called the police on her sister because she thought she had some fucking right over there at Shirley apartment. You don't. So can you please leave and shut the fuck up talking to me about my motherfucking girlfriend and our fucking relationship that you're not the fuck in? Like, make it make sense. So you're mad at me because I called the police? Because your sister thought she had some type of right because she had some keys? Girl, anybody can have some keys to this motherfucker. I had the keys, remember? That don't mean you got any fucking right over here. No, you don't. This is not your shit. You don't live here, so you have no right. And I was proving a fucking point to her fucking sister. And with the police, you have no right over here, none whatsoever. What do you have to do with any of this? Nothing. At all, period. That's why. So now you're mad. Then she said, I said, aha. I think she's about to say right now. She's about to say now. She said, I said, aha. That's why she did it. She put a restraining order because I said, aha. I never said, aha. I don't remember saying aha to her. Listen. I think this is it. I thought that was a great time. Turn that bass down. Bring it to me. You gotta let me know when to turn to. I just know we go this way and then go down this road for a long time. I should have had your time right. So you could have seen the new scenic road. The scenic road? I'm trying to have a pond in my backyard too. And my new house. 249. That gas station. You we just see it? Oh no, I think she said it already. I gotta go find that shit. Is this 240? You got a Kroger's card? Yeah, well, Kroger's don't go like that. Like if you got a card, then you have to have the card and have the points. Oh, ain't that bothering me? I think she said it already. Huh? That's how they make it money. Makes sense. 230. She jumped up to 280 because they know niggas is getting paid tonight, tomorrow, and the next. Look, I'm talking about. Yeah, the Mexicans coming to put your windows in. Hope I said, oh, that code. I got this in there. They didn't even come put her windows in, she said. Okay. Shit like an iceberg. Oh, boy. They wanted everybody to stay 120. I just stayed until you go up. I didn't even know you was on time. Yeah, if you wouldn't have called, I wouldn't have come. Oh shit! Some told me to call too. I was like, call her. Big Mike said he was a second. You should have went that way. I should have, but he driving slow as hell. I got green light. Fucking asshole. He's driving slow. And when did she say it? Big Mike said he took you. No, Big Mike said he wasn't taking nobody. I don't know why. Oh, why? Because the car broke down that one time? Yeah, she didn't look up. I just asked me for like the pin station. That's why she asked me because it's right here. You ate that pin station before? Like they French fries. I don't remember eating they sub, but I don't really like. They got a lot of beef options and not chicken options. So, and the chicken that they do is like the chicken Philly, like the chunky chicken. I don't like that. So I don't want it. That's why I don't want They didn't tell me with the papers. They told me to come up there and get it. He wasn't even there. So I was like, I left. Shit. I was like, I gotta go pick her up right now. She told me not to be late and have her standing out there. They was like, well, they talk about, can you wait? Nah, hell no, I can't wait. Why you talking about you was at the library? You laughed at me. What you mean? You laughed at me and said, aha, bye. You laughed at me and said, aha, bye. What was this? The day that the police told me to leave. So you went and put a restraining order on, talking about I was beating on you? Because that's what they said. They said it was for domestic violence. I said I never beat on her. That's what they said. I never said you were beating on me. You get a restraining order instead of domestic violence. So you went in there and lied. So you said I was beating on you. I did not. When did I beat on you? If I said you were beating on me, they would have picked up for charges. No. Not if you're not pressing charges. That's what they literally said. They said that I was beating on you. So I'm like, that's false, bro. I never beat on a female day in my life. Like, what? Yep. She said she put a restraining order out on me because I said, aha. What is this? Elementary? How old are you? 6? Aha. Yep. I had to go through all this bullshit because she swore I said aha to her. Ain't that crazy? That's some childish ass shit. Boy, I've never, ever been through no shit like this. Ever. So I said, aha. This is crazy, huh? I've never. But she dropped the PO. All right. They said go out, wait on your papers and shit like that, right? Go out there, wait on my papers and shit. They come bring it out. I walk out before she did. You feel me? And I don't know. I thought they was like literally making her wait and shit or something. So I'm at the front door. I was tucking my shirt in my pants and shit or whatnot. And she was behind me. So I like when I was pushing the door open to walk out, it's like I seen something. So I was like, and it was her. So I had grab the door to hold the door for her, shit like that. She said, thank you. I said, no, thank you. And she said, you're welcome. We both still grimming each other, though. That's crazy. She walked that way, of course, because she parked in the one parking lot. I parked over here in the parking structure and shit like that. So she walked there. I walked there or whatnot. Get in the car. I had to find what floor. I couldn't even remember where I parked though. So I was like, was it 3? Was it 2? I was like, was it 2? I pressed 2. I was like, press 3 just in case. Press 3. And then when the elevator was on the way up to 3, I was like, let me press 4. 5. Because I don't know what floor I parked there. Like, what the fuck? So I looked on 2, didn't see my car. Because I knew I was like right there, like angled from the elevator and shit. So I looked, didn't see my car. So I was like, okay, 3. Looked at 3. Remember, I pressed 4 and shit just in case. I was like, oh, yeah, there go my baby right there. Walked out, got in the car and shit, right? Took my boots off, put my flip flops on and shit, and found my way through the fucking maze. Parking structures are fucking mazes, for real, for real. So I pay. Okay. I make a fucking left turn and shit. Cause I was really about to go DoorDash again some more. And, I wasn't gonna leave until like later on the night or today, this morning actually. And then I was like, I don't know. And then I seen her pulling out. I said, damn, is this Shirley right here? I said, oh, she parked in the parking lot right there. I'm like, that's crazy because I was literally looking and I was about to almost park there and shit. Like I said, she was there. She was there the whole time. She seen me drive past and everything. Didn't see her. So I was like, So she pulled out right behind me and shit. Cut the car off that was behind me. She boom, right behind me. So I'm like, I'm at a light and shit. So I'm like, I pulled over and shit and I rolled the window down. I was like, I was like, pull up right there. She parked. She pull up. She parked and shit. So I gotta go to the window and shit or whatnot. And, I was like, you want to go get some breakfast? Right. So she's like, sure, yeah. I'm like, what you about to do? She like, nothing. So you want to go get some breakfast? All right. She like, sure, yeah. And I was like, where you want to go? Then she started smiling. She was like, we just had a restraining order. She was like, just, she was like, get that some time, let it go through first. I was like, it's gone, it's done for. So I'm like, don't matter, it's done for. You feel me? So I was like, you want to go to what is it, Frenchies or whatever it's called? She was like, yeah. I was like, all right, go ahead. I'm gonna follow you. She talking about why? She was like, I'm gonna follow my because you're from here. You know how to get straight to it without a GPS. I need a GPS and shit. She was like, you right, you right, you right. All right, come on. So I get in the car, follow her and shit like that. So she pulls out, I park behind her. She gets out her car and shit, and gets in mine and shit. So we listening to music and we talking and shit like that. That's how I know a lot of shit that I know because she was telling me and shit. So we sitting there. I swear we sat there for like 45 minutes talking and shit, and she wanted to kiss all on me and shit and whatnot, you know. I felt like a lost puppy that she had just found. It was like, my puppy's back. Come here, puppy. Never leave me again. Hugging me and shit. Never leave me again and shit, right? Here it is. So she was like, I really don't want to eat here. I was like, what you want? She like, I'm like, come on, what do you want? So, so, she was like, well, you know, one breakfast spot that I would always eat at. I was like, she was like, she saw my face. She started laughing. She was like, right. I'm like, Crackle Barrel. I'm like, come on. She talking about just don't get no meat because Crackle Barrel be fucking me up. I in Michigan and there in fucking Kentucky. I don't know what it is about they meat or where they buying their meat from and shit, but nah, bro, it ain't it for me with Crackle Barrel. She talking about just don't buy no meat. Don't order no meat there. I'm like, I guess shit, hash brown and scrambled eggs. I guess for me, she's talking about you can get waffles, pancakes, French toast. You ain't got to get no meat. There's other stuff you can get. I'm like, still scared though, just still scared. So I was like, all right, whatever. She was about to leave her car at Frenchie's or whatever it's called, and I was like, you don't want to take your car home? Like, what she talking about? Why? I'm like, well, why would you want to leave it here in the parking lot? She was like, oh, you mean so we don't have to drive back so far to come get it? I'm like, that too. Yeah, but shit, just take your car home. So she like, right. So she get back in her car and shit, takes the car home, gets in mine, we pull off. We get there to the restaurant. I drove around the parking lot a little bit because it wasn't no closer parking spaces and shit. I was about to drop her off at the front door. She was like, nah, I'm about to go smoke some weed. This thing, blah, blah. All right. I was like, all right. So I drive back to the side of the parking lot and shit. I was like, fuck, I'm about to park here. This is the closest and shit, right? Because it was actually kind of slapping. I was like, goddamn. All right. For a Monday, it's like, goddamn. All right. So once again, she's like a lost. I lost my puppy. I'm so happy I got it back. She grabbing me, kissing me, and I was like, huh? I said, Shirley, what are you doing? Set me up. She's like, no, babe, why? I'm like, the fucking police is behind me. She's like, no, I'm like, God, fucking police behind me. I'm like, what the? Roll the window down. Like, hey, how you doing? Can you turn off the vehicle? I'm like, oh, oh my gosh, shit. They talk about, yeah, car's coming back and stolen. Oh, yeah, yeah. My car's not stolen. It's not coming back to you stolen. Bruh. Bruh. These niggas. Kentucky, 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 Kentucky. Okay, if you black, please don't do no crime out there or call the motherfucking police because they gonna be on you. From that point on, they gonna be on you. I don't know what she done told these motherfuckers, bro. It smells like weed. Be honest. Yeah, it was. It's no weed in here now, but yeah, it was some weed smoke or whatnot. But it ain't no weed in here now. And by the way, I do not smoke weed. I was not smoking, getting high on the reefer, none of that shit while driving. Just wasn't me. See, I'm from Michigan. Got the driver's license, gave him the fucking registration and shit, pulled out the fucking insurance and shit. Everything's fucking matching the fuck up or whatnot. So he get in touch with Nevada and shit, talking about the plates is stolen, this and that. The vehicle, not the plates, the car stolen and this and that. Wooty whoopie. Talking, I could tell it's not everything matches up. Wooty whoop with your name and your mom's name, all that stuff or whatnot. Okay, you don't have no warrants out for your arrest. They see you had just got a ticket out there in Kentucky though, in a different county in Belleville. So they see that, and then he was like, "Well, he was like, when they pulled you over and ran the planes, they didn't have a problem." I'm like, "No, it wasn't a problem at all." I was like, "That's why it's so weird that it's a problem that y'all saying that the by this time they literally comes to the window tell me to step out the car now. So I'm stepping out the car now. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I really should be going live on this too, real quick. So I don't have to keep telling this story over and over. Damn. Oh, wait a minute, another plane crash? That's I know it did not. That shit crazy. Um, but so by this time, right? The officer he tells me to step out the car. So I step out the car. I'm like, bro, he pats me. He talking about, can I pat you down? Would you make sure you don't have any weapons on you and this and that? So I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, nah, nigga, you gotta call a female officer out here for that. But I was like, ain't nobody got time for that, right? So I'm not giving him a hard time. I never gave him a hard time from when he got behind me, a parked car, because I was parked, mind you. Let me mind you, I was fucking parked in the parking lot at fucking Crackle Barrel. Okay, now that that's out the way, we were parked. Yes, the car was on or whatnot, because she gets cold quick and shit like that or whatnot. So, like I said, we was in the car making out. Cool. We was about to go in, but it was just packed. So, or actually thinking about going somewhere else because that bitch was slapping. So, instead, he pulls me out the car, he passed me down or whatnot. And he put my registration and my driver's license on the trunk of my car and shit. So I'm trying to call my mama. She not picking the fuck up. So I call my brother, ask me he go wake up mama and shit like that because the police need to talk to her and shit like that or whatnot. All right. He hangs the phone up. I'm like, wow, okay. So I put the phone down on the trunk and shit, right? So he passed me down and shit like that. So he's like, yeah, I can see that. And I heard them niggas whispering too. I'm like, damn, they back there whispering and shit like that. I look at my rear view and shit. And he's like, yeah, Janae has a restraining order. I heard him say that shit with her passenger or whatnot. This and I don't think they're supposed to be around each other and shit, right? So that I said, is they whispering about us and shit? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, it's restraining order shit. They think it's still, in effect. Also, okay. So that's why he got me out the car, right? So he wanted to ask me about the whole ass little restraining order and shit like that, the PPO and shit. And I was like, nah, I ain't have a restraining order out on her. I said she had put one out on me, a temporary one. I said, but we just went to court for that this morning or whatnot. He was like, oh, you guys went to court? I said, yeah, we literally just leaving court or whatnot. And she dropped it or whatnot. And the judge was cool with it, this and that, whoop whoop, right? So, he's like, oh, okay, okay. And the whole time, it's a cop standing on the passenger side too, uh, with Shirley and shit, making sure, she don't reach or do no weird shit, cause motherfuckers be reaching and doing weird shit when it really be for no reason and shit like that. You feel me? Especially if the cop fucking with you they fucking with you, they fucking with you. You got some officers that's just assholes or whatnot and just do extra stupid ass shit for no fucking reason. But the police, I mean, they was deep as hell. They had the fucking car surrounded out there in Kentucky yesterday. But they was cool and shit like that. So they were like, yeah, okay, so he wanted to get back on the weed shit, right? So he was like, he really was trying to catch me up. He really wanted to lock me up and tow my fucking car. You could tell, you feel me? You could tell he was being cool, but you could tell he wanted to take my fucking car and shit. So he's like, yeah, he's like, come on, be truthful. He's like, be honest. He was like, is there any more weed in the car? I'm like, there's no weed in the car at all, period. I don't even smoke, okay, bro? I said, I know weed is not legal here in Kentucky. I said, I would never fucking drive some weed from Detroit here to Kentucky. That shit doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm not about to get locked up for some dumbass shit, and I don't fucking smoke weed. So I'm like, there's no weed in the car or whatnot. I said, yeah, she was smoking when she got in the car before we pulled off because we switched cars or whatnot. She dropped her car off at home or whatnot once we got out of court, and she was smoking when she got in my car. That's why it smells like weed in my car. I said, but When nobody smoking though, there's no weed in my car. Like we weren't driving and blowing or whatnot, or sitting here blowing smoke or whatnot. Like no, like we wasn't or whatnot. So he was like, okay, 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 I got you, or whatnot. So he was like, well, he was like, because he had to check in the system or whatnot. So he called the courthouse, this and that. They cleared it, that the shit was dropped and shit like that or whatnot. So that got cleared. He's saying, he got out the car or whatnot, and was like, all right, so that's been cleared. So that's good. That's okay. That's a go. Oh, and he's like, we're just waiting on the DMV in Nevada to clear everything, and then you guys can be good. All right, cool. So he got out the car. He was like, I'm gonna have you sit back in your car. I'm like, damn. I'm like, all right. I'm like, well, what the fuck going on and shit? Like, nigga, you just pulled me out my car. Now you want me to get back in my car? Like, nigga, be on mine. So I was like, all right. I was like, what's this going on? He was like, we're still waiting on Nevada. He was like, but it should be coming through pretty soon. This and that. I'm like, all right. So I get back in. He's like, but you guys have nothing to worry about. You know, everything's checking out to how you guys say it is. There's nothing to worry about. Whoopty whoop this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, yeah, I know the vehicle is not stolen. Everything's matching up with your name, your mom's name, and the insurance company, and this and that, your driver's license, and whoopty whoop. I'm just waiting on Nevada or whatnot. I don't know why it's running like your vehicle is stolen and this and that. I'm like, I don't know neither. He's like, we're just waiting on Nevada to say what is the reason for. So okay, whatever. Never heard of this before. So I get back in the car. Then he comes to the car. He was like, hey, Janae, all right, everything's clear. Nevada cleared you and this and that. And he's like, do you have any questions for me and this and that? Whoop, whoop. I was like, no, like, what can I do for what? I gotta call Nevada, the DMV or something, like, to get that shit, to clear something up with them or something. He was like, I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it don't. Whoop, whoop, blah, blah, blah. He's like, but you got out of state plates, so, and he's like, and these cars are kind of popular. I said, yeah, I know. It's a Challenger. It's hot as hell. He's like, yeah. He's like, right. So typically, when we see a Challenger or a fast car like this or whatnot, or a car like this that's hot with out of state plates, he said we automatically just run it. He's like, and when mine came back that the car was stolen, that's when yeah. I said, that's crazy. But yeah, we was good to go. Yeah, be safe. Get out of here. You feel me? And that was that. She thought about starting to car. Hell no, we about to go in this fucking restaurant and go eat so I can get the fuck back to Detroit. Like, this shit is crazy. I'm staying the fuck up out of Kentucky. Homegirl said she had to go to her mother. That's over with. We go in there, we eat, come out. Homegirl talking about she got to get back to her car, right? Because she got to go up to her job. You got to go up to your job for you took the day off. Homegirl said, Shirley said she had to go up to her job. And I can't go in this car. Bro, that's you, bro. That's you. Yes. Whatever you told Amazon and the police in Florence, Kentucky, now we're talking about a whole nother little city, whole nother little town in fucking Kentucky that wants me to, right? So whatever the fuck you told Florence, Kentucky, bro, police department, yes, please go undo that shit. Please and thank you. Because this shit is just too much. It's out of control. And you talking about what? You love me, you care for me. Why would you do something like this? Talking about call the police on her first. I did not call the police on you first. And I did not say aha. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is too much. So much. How would you like it if I come to your house and call the police on you? I said I would laugh at your ass. And what if they made you leave? Okay, I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna come right fucking back. This is my house. I own my shit too. So what you talking about? I'm gonna leave. Okay. All right. So the police can get the fuck on. You feel me? And I'm gonna come back. What the fuck? Just like you did when the police made you leave your shit. I wasn't no dickhead. I wasn't no bitch ass nigga. I wasn't none of that shit. I didn't lock you out your fucking apartment, which I could have, but I didn't. I didn't lock you out your shit. None of that shit. You called and said what we eating for dinner. And I said, I don't know. What do you want? Five Guys. Okay. So we went and I brought her Five Guys that night. I didn't lock you out your shit. I didn't tell you you couldn't come back after the police told you to leave your shit. What? You went and took a fucking step way fucking further by trying to put a restraining order out on me. This is crazy. And lied. lie. You lie to the man. You lie about some shit like that. Talking about I was beating, girl. If I'd have whooped your ass, you'd have been in the fucking hospital. I can tell you that right now. Cause I tend to like black the fuck out when I'm whooping somebody's ass and shit. So I'd have beat you into a fucking coma. You'd probably be near death. You'd probably be feeling real fucking bad. Like goddamn, I damn almost beat my girlfriend to fucking death and shit. Like what the fuck? I did not put my hands on you. There's no bruises, no nothing. Then she gonna tell my ex-girlfriend Nia, right? Don't like Nia. The whole summer I had to hear about a fucking Nia every goddamn day. Nia this, Nia that. Oh, you in love with Nia. Oh, you still want to be with Nia. Oh, you and Nia still messing around and shit. You just sitting up here lying on my name like that? Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? If I wanted to be with Nia, girl, you would not be around at all, period. What are you talking about? If I wanted to be with any bitch, you would not be the fuck around at all. At all, period. If there was another bitch, you wouldn't be around. I won't be dealing with your bullshit, your crazy shit. You're a fucking nut. Like, what the fuck? Had to hear about it. I needed a host. Oh, no. No, when the police made her leave her shit. What was that, the 14th? Oh no, she wanted to be Nia's best friend. Oh my god, girl. She didn't call Nia. She didn't. Oh yeah, your friend need a friend. I don't need a friend, baby girl. Your friend need a friend. Can you go be a friend? She called the police on me. They put me out my house. Can you believe that? They put me out my own shit, right? Yeah, I can believe it. She said you're lying to the police. You sitting there lying, and I got proof. Hey nigga, I was eating that shit up, clocking it. Okay, look, eating that shit the fuck up like you sitting here lying. I told the police if she come up here and she can tell the fucking truth, I'll leave right now. She came the fuck up there and she lied. Homeboy, he turned so red, he got irritated. This nigga paced. He paced around the apartment. He said, "Okay, what the fuck?" He's like, "Come on, we're gonna go back downstairs." So he took Shirley back downstairs and shit like that. And the female officer, she just laughed. She said, "Why would you want to be with something like this?" She was like, "Janae, you shouldn't want to be with her. Look how she's acting. Look how she's treating you and shit, right?" I was telling that cop, she act like she wanted to get with me and shit. Why would you want to be with her? I think you should just leave and leave her alone and like break up with her and never get back with her. That shit crazy as hell, right? So I was like, damn, this shit crazy. The Popo, she telling, think the Popo was trying to get on this shit. I think she trying to get on. I think the Popo trying to get on this shit. But long story short, she said when she was coming back up to get her boots, right? She said, I was on the couch, which I was on the couch. I was laying on the couch. And she said, I said, aha to her because the police made her leave. I was like, I said, aha, and started laughing at her. I don't remember that. I told my cousin Dominique, she said that right. She was like, Janae, you sure you ain't say that to her? So you sure you ain't say that to her? I'm like, if I'd said aha, I think I would remember that. But I really, honest to God, I don't remember saying aha to her and like that. But anyways, that shit childish as fuck is dumb. That's like some little kid shit, 6 years old and shit. Like, he said aha to me, mom. Fuck out of here. You a grown, you 33 years old. You talking about me because I said aha. Y'all niggas some hoes. Jason, I hear you talking to me, boy. I'm done talking about this shit. Oh, man.